Now, everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Yes, they do.
How can it talk?
It's not a real voice. This box just interprets signals from the computer and turns them into sound.
Shall we play a game?
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love to.
How about that? This is Douglas Viviani with David Cohen, the rather game David Cohen on Everything Old is New Again.
I like how you're using the adjectives to describe me lately as sort of a hint or teaser about what the show is about.
My exact point. I'm glad you caught on to that.
It took me about 10 episodes, but I finally caught on.
And why? What's game all about? What was that? That was just a little clip, by the way, from War Games, 1983. Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy. Remember that?
Yes,
and
of course.
A computer game. Would you like to play a game?
Mm-hmm.
And thermonuclear war or chess? Which one? And the thermonuclear war for real or chess? Which one? Well, I mean, the idea is with the recent release of this Pokemon Go, we've seen an incredible resurgence in video games once again. I mean, they've been around since the 1970s, through the decades, and they've gone through what? They used to be just arcades.
Right.
Then it was a big deal to get them on your home TV.
Yeah.
Right? And now, and then home computers after that was a big deal.
True. Yeah.
And now, wow, we've got them on our cell phones and everyone's playing games like crazy. Seems pushing buttons on a console will never get old for as long as a game has a catchy theme music, right?
Correct.
As well as a high score to shoot for. My question is, this week we look at the video game or the app. Maybe not gone to video.
Well, it's a video game on an app, right.
I mean, these GameStops, are they selling as much as they used to at the
I would
PS?
suggest
Whatever.
not.
Is all these apps are so easy. You press a button and now you're playing the game on the phone. So we're going to take a look at that. Before we do, though, I'm excited as all get out to announce that everything old is new again. We're going to reestablish.
Sometimes everything old is just old.
Well, Get Out is going to come back. You watch. And we're going to start that with KXEL 1540 AM radio. It's in Waterloo, Iowa. They also service Cedar Rapids and Des Moines. It's a 50,000 watt clear channel station. Man, are we excited to be here.
We really are excited to have them on board, and very thankful to them. And, just looking at their programming, it's really neat. I mean, there's something actually they have that's right up your alley.
What's that?
They have... basically, I think they call it classic radio theater. So every Saturday night, they play an old radio show from yesteryear, which is your year,
and
right?
Actually,
yesteryear.
Yes, and they have a matinee. I think they do that for a half hour, 12 noon as well.
I'm sure you'll be tuning in.
That one I'll stay tuned because I won't be asleep at night.
That's true.
I'm an old fart. I don't know how,
And being a sports fan, they also carry the home games of University of Northern Iowa, who I'm sure are still celebrating their upset of Kansas in the recent NCAA tournament. So cool stuff.
Very excited. Everything old is new again. 4 a.m. on Sundays for you early birds or late birds. This Saturday night, right?
Right.
Or 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's a great slot.
Or catch us both times. Sometimes we're better the second time you hear us.
Exactly. Sunday night at 4 a.m. That's when you can't go to work because you got something. I mean, you can't go to sleep because you got something at work the next day on your mind, and you just can't get to sleep. Tune us in at 4 a.m. I'm not going to say you'll fall asleep.
No, but we'll take your mind off it for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. That's terrific. Anyway, so we're happy. KXEL 1540. This week we're going to take a look at Pokemon Go. I don't know.
And other games, right?
Yeah. Have you seen this Go? What
I'm living it. Not because I'm playing it, but I live in the biggest city in the world.
Right.
In New York, in Manhattan. And I can tell you that I've witnessed The Walking Dead in real life. There are hordes of people that occupy like quadrants of the city. I like by Central Park and the the southern side of the park. They rebuilt this nice little plaza. It's got water fountains and it's really pretty and all that stuff. Swarms of people are standing there holding their phones and looking down and walking in different directions, just aimlessly sometimes, or sitting and it gets bigger every day I walk by. There's more and more people.
Now, For those who don't know, I mean, you just got to get a little idea, right?
Yeah.
You get into the computer or the app
On your phone.
and what you can do is wherever you walk, you're looking for these hidden Pokemon characters.
Right.
And if you find one, you throw a ball at it, and the ball catches the character, and then you're on your way.
But the key is that it's like virtual reality. You're seeing your environment, you're holding your phone up, and wherever you're standing, you're seeing it on your phone, and you're seeing the little Pokemon monsters pop up.
Next to, like, your buddy, or next to the McDonald's, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what's cool about New York City, I'm sure this is true in other areas of the country as well, but there are little hidden gems, like landmarks, where you're actually learning about your physical environment as well. And that I'm learning about New York City by walking around with this thing.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because in the Pokemon game with the cards, you can then battle other people with the people you have in your cadre of Pokemon characters, and you battle someone else in the gym or whatever it's called.
That's right. And I'm thinking this plaza that I walk by in Central Park is a gym because swarms of people flock to this every day, and I guess they're battling, and it's crazy.
No, it is bizarre. I don't know how long it'll last. I hope it doesn't last forever. It doesn't.
Why? Why don't you hope it lasts?
Because
why don't you hope it lasts forever, Doug?
Jiminy, like, could you just listen to what I have to say? No, what I would say is, can't we just, like, it's nothing wrong with playing the games. I'm not putting that down. But if that's all you're doing when you're on the way to the subway or wherever you're going, at some point, holy smokes, can you talk to the guy standing? Like, here's what I envision.
But I think you do, though.
I hope you do, because I envision people standing in front of that gym, 600 people, 60 people.
And this isn't a real. Just to clarify, it's not a gym the way we think of a gym.
No, it's just a building, and they're calling it a gym.
Or a space, outdoor space where
the fight takes place.
The fight takes place. You own the gym, and your gang or your groups of friends and other groups of friends would come over and try to invade and battle you to take over the gym.
Do you talk to like the guy standing next to you? Are you so involved with that phone that you're not even talking to the guy next to you, or is it interactive? That's my question.
From what I've seen, and again, I'm not a game player yet, but I'm very intrigued. From what I've seen at this gym, there is interaction among the people. They are talking to each other.
Right.
Not everyone, but there are groups that are talking.
All right,
yes.
now, where there are places in the country where there are real gangs, can we then convince them to do Pokemon fights at these locations instead of all the aggravation they cause in all the Midtown?
I would say no, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a try. Why not?
Yeah, it's weird. It's odd, but what I do like about it gets you out of the house.
Out of the house, and apparently off a cliff at times, because I read an article where two guys were playing and they just fell. I think they're okay, but they fell, I don't know, 10, 15 feet off
Also,
a cliff.
it has taken people down the wrong alley.
Literally.
Different locations,
Yeah.
and they found a dead body, I think, in New York City.
Or
at one
they've
point.
been lured and robbed.
Yes, I've heard that as well. So, and I wonder if there's
careful.
going to be any kind of, I hope it's not, but any kind of like driving looking at this thing.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know if it has like a sensor that if you're going too fast, it knows you're driving and turns off.
It doesn't.
See,
Because my son plays it in the car. No, it moves along with you. But it's crazy because now there are places of worship that people are going into, not just of worship, but significant, like the Holocaust Museum.
Right.
All right, the Holocaust Museum is complaining because people are going in.
That's downtown where the Trade Center used to be.
And in Washington, D.C.
Okay, in hallowed ground.
And
really.
so people are walking into the museum with their... I mean, think about it. With their iPhones and looking at these, horrific exhibits and trying to capture Pokemon monsters.
Yeah,
It's a little.
But why?
sick.
I guess you can't not have these figurines there in the game, but you would think the makers could say certain locations are off the bounds.
I think that's
guess
where that's
eventually
heading
you'll
now.
have
Yeah.
to. You can't
Yep.
be doing that everywhere.
And
So
there's already advertising going on. Like it'll take, if you pay money, apparently it will take you to a store. So
Right.
that, the
well, that's
vendors
another
start
thing. We'll get back to
getting
that. It's
traffic.
very interesting. It's going to be good marketing. We'll take it to a certain location, and all of a sudden you are a gymnasium, but you're really the local insurance agent. You just bring people in.
Can you just move to the left? There's a Pokemon monster behind you. I've been trying to get forever.
Can't see him. Everything old is new again.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show, with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
This is suicide. We have no choice. We should attack with full force. Whatever you plan to do, do it now!
Now that's the latest Warcraft movie. This is Douglas Viviani with David Cohen on Everything Old is New Again, and we're diving into the topic of apps and video games. That's the most recent film version of a video game, which is Warcraft, which was tremendously successful. It's nowhere near
David Bowie's son directed it.
Oh,
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Yes.
Not successful at all.
Overseas it is, not here in the U.S.
Yes.
Correct.
So maybe that'll count for something for him. We'll see something else from him. I don't know.
I think so.
But let's roll back time. I want to go back. I don't think anybody that's listening to this show thinks that video games came around yesterday. We have tons and tons of history with video games. We're just going to try to give young David Cohen a quiz on the sounds of some of these video games. See if these will rock your memory as to where we've come from to the idea now we've got movies and Pokemon Go and a craze on apps.
So you're going way back with this quiz, right?
1972 to begin with. The beginning of it all.
I was a gleam in my father's eye. Oh, this is Pong.
There you go.
I had Pong.
Who didn't? It was the biggest thing in the world. It was so incredible to get this game in 1972. All it was is basically all it was is table tennis, right? Or tennis with a Pong on each side, like a little figurine, not even a little thing.
It was on your TV.
Like a monolith.
Yeah. It was just your TV went to a black screen.
Yeah.
And you had a little green paddle that, like a rectangular stick that went up and down the left side and one up and down the right side. Each one of you had a paddle and it went a ball right.
And you played
little
that,
electronic ball.
That for
and it was mind blowing at the time because there was nothing back then, right? It was before electricity, before the United States was a country. I mean, there was nothing but Pong.
It was unreal. Then I'm going to jump to 79. There was some other little games here and there, but 79 you had that little triangle ship. I think I'm going to play this for you. See if this gives you a little more.
Asteroids. I guess I was more into it than I thought.
You'd be surprised, man. They come right back. Little triangle on the screen that you can fly around and turn, 360
I hated
angle.
that game. I was just never any good at it.
The asteroids would come at you first
So
a little bit
fast.
slow, and then faster and faster and faster.
It's nerve-wracking.
Make it crazy hitting the buttons. All right, they made a movie, I'm pretty sure, on this one. See if you remember this.
Space Invaders.
Yes. The ship at the bottom goes left and right, and it just shoots alien ships as they're coming down towards you. Another one of these, like, frenetic, right.
Crazy. You couldn't move fast enough.
Sooner or later, you're
coming
gonna
at
die.
you like crazy.
Right. There's no way to win these.
No.
It's just getting a score. Sooner or later, you're down and out for the count. How about this one, 1980? Yeah, this is 1980. This was this is Game of Games of Games.
Okay. Yeah, Pac-Man. And Mrs. Pac-Man.
Yep. There you go. Miss Pac-Man came out in 82.
Ms. Pac-Man, right.
Namco. Before that was Midway for Space Invaders. And Atari did those first two. They are the pioneers. Foundation. Yep. Let's keep going. See if you hear this one. It's hard.
Centipede.
Yes.
Wow,
you shoot this centipede as it goes down and wiggles down the screen, and if you shoot it in the middle, it turns into two centipedes. And, again, frenetic, just going crazy. Push a button, push a button.
Especially if you were very limited intelligence like I was. These I played these for hours.
But P.S., most of them we played in an arcade. Certainly they had some of these at home they as well.
No, but mostly you had
big.
It was like Pokemon Go. You had to actually go somewhere and play these things.
And you had, you had your soda and your pizza and your buddies and everything else. It was pretty cool. Now, later on, in the 80s and 90s, you started making more affordable. People started playing them at home.
Yes.
Now we've got another one. You're going to love this one, I think. Big Gorilla.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that one.
That was an advancement like crazy. He would go up the I guess you call it donkey. No, the character. I don't remember the character. The gentleman would be walking up inclined ladder,
right?
Or you can go straight up and down on a ladder. And this it's like Wreck-It Ralph almost. This King Kong element, whatever gorilla I guess it is, was throwing barrels down at you. You had to avoid them, and you had a hammer. That if it was coming towards you, you could hammer
him right into oblivion.
Here's one I think no one played, but everyone knew what it was. It was very odd. Round alien with just legs. Remember that? Cubert.
No.
You would just jump on these geometric shapes.
Huh.
Yeah, it was trying to really get there. Then the king of them all, I think you're gonna get this one. King of them all.
Mario.
1991, yeah. Super Mario Brothers. The guy went from left to right, and he hit bricks, and he jumped on bricks, right? You jump on things, first time ever. You could jump this thing and jump on it and hit a little brick, and if something else would come up the top of it, and just like really, that was over the top, fun like you couldn't believe. And then, I don't know, I have a situation where I got into the games for a little bit, but then they started to do like movies, and the movies was sort of... Now, there are movies that we're seeing now that were video games turned into movies. But I think what was cool were movies that were made about playing video games and all that, but not taken from, if I'm making any sense, from an existing game. Like,
for example,
Tron. You remember this one?
Right.
I mean, this was something else.
Hey, it's the big master control program everybody's been talking about.
Kevin Flynn, computer genius, taken prisoner and held captive within the digital world of the computer itself. Tron. Enter its world this summer.
1982, a computer programmer became part of the game. So that was like...
That was really cool. That was a great, well, good movie.
Good movie. It almost destroyed me. I had a relationship with a young lady in 82, and I took it to the movie, and I promised it would be good. Don't worry, it'll be great. Don't worry. And it was, for her, the worst movie ever. She fell asleep.
Oh.
And as a result, I had to go to see Terms of Endearment as a trade-off.
Payback.
And, man, was that tough. That Terms of Endearment's a tough one, boy. Especially for like a 20-year-old kid.
So how did it work out after Terms of Endearment?
I hated Terms of Endearment. She hated Tron.
So it was mutual resentment.
Yeah, we couldn't see eye to eye, so we broke up.
And you're married today? Oh, no, okay.
And I've learned my lesson. I've never gone down the road of video games or video game movies with my current wife. I never will. Although I'd love to be the last Starfighter.
It started with
current wife.
You're gonna bust the record. But it wasn't just any game.
You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Sur and the Kodan Armada.
And then one night...
Wow. You remember that one, Starfighter?
No, I don't.
That's pretty cool. Kid plays this video game, and I don't know how, but these aliens from outer space found out he was so great at the video game, he must be good at a real-life video game. They put him in a spaceship, and he saves the day.
Right.
Silly stuff, but I think when I became a dad, I turned to Wreck-It Ralph. Have you ever heard of this one? It actually was pretty interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
They made a character that was sort of like Donkey Kong. Instead of the gorilla, it's a big gentleman, and he doesn't want to be a bad guy anymore. So Wreck-It Ralph, 2012.
My name's Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna wreck it!
30 years I've been doing this.
I can fix it!
It's hard to love your job when no one else seems to like you for doing it.
You're just the bad guy who wrecks the building.
Sure must be nice being the good guy.
You are a bad guy, but this does not mean you're a bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy anymore.
I mean, that was a pretty good... It actually was really pretty good.
It was.
And it gave... Oh, you saw it with Ben, or...?
No, I just saw it. Believe it or not. Yeah, it was like on cable or something.
One of those... We have to do a couple of shows on the idea of cartoon movies... Animation.
It's a whole thing, yeah.
That appeal to adults.
Right.
Because it has a very touching sound to it, message in it. Anyway, we're going to come back and going to play.
Now, back to America's entertainment pop culture talk show. Everything old is new again, with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
I am playing Pac-Man.
Why are you playing Pac-Man? What's it all on my phone? You're playing it?
Yeah, I'm playing it on your phone.
What other games do you play on my phone?
I play Disney Crossy Road and Dragonland.
And what's Crossy Road like? What do you have to do with that game?
Well, you get these guys. You have to cross the road with them without getting run over.
Welcome back to Everything Old is New Again. That is Angelica Juliana Viviani giving us the once-over on the current state of video games. And, I mean, they're playing them on their phones now.
Just like you and I did when we were kids.
Imagine if they had Pong on the phone.
Back when you and I were growing up, the concept of the iPhone would have just blown our minds. We were so far removed from that. It's crazy.
It was actually a tricorder. And it was so like beyond belief. So that's interesting because it's a re-establishment of an old game, which is this Disney Crossy Road that Angelica plays, and in essence, it's Frogger. Remember Frogger?
Yeah.
You can play that little clip to give us a little bit of a background if you remember this sound. Or maybe give you a little memory of Frogger. It's also on Seinfeld. Remember that? The Seinfeld episode?
I do, yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do, she mentions, we can phase that out, but we mentioned, she mentioned Pac-Man, and that inspired me to go back in time and pull up an old Pac-Man game that I have on set here, and we're going to challenge.
Not on your phone. This is the Pac-Man console I'm holding in my hand.
Exactly, and we are going to challenge each other in a Pac-Man game. So I'll announce as David plays, and we'll do vice versa. Play along with us, see if you can, follow as we challenge Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey, which are the ghosts that are chasing Pac-Man around town. So, young David Cohen, give it a shot.
Yeah, so
going.
I'm holding this really cool console. I'm looking at a TV.
Press start. Don't delay. Let's go.
I'm pressing B. Here we go.
All right, so he's...
All right. I've never played this before. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, right.
No, okay.
Oh, it is obvious. He's going back and forth.
So now I got to catch these guys, right?
I'll give you commentary. You concentrate so we can get you.
No, I'm supposed to stay away from these guys.
Correct.
Oh!
All right, so he's going back and forth. He's going to be eaten in about 3 seconds. This guy is totally shot. All right, so let me have that console. I'll show you how it's done.
My score was, hold on,
620. Right.
Beat 620.
So watch this maneuver.
Obviously already much better than I am. He's eating all these little dots.
You got to go the outside first, you see.
The monsters are nowhere. They're nowhere near him. Am I doing the play-by-play? You just concentrate.
Oh, I got shot. Okay.
Whoa!
All right. Well, I'm at
me by 10 points.
630.
630 to 620.
For the purposes of radio, I want to make sure that it's competitive. You're going. This is you. Keep going. Eat him up. All right. He's at the bottom of the screen. He's trying to get towards the side. That blinky little thing. Okay. Now you've hit that. What happened? You got to now get the ghosts while they're blinking that color.
Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. All right. So
is it too late?
Yeah, it's too late. So you got to get it now. Now they've turned color. So get them. You just ate that one for 200. There's another one. Get this one on the top of the screen. No good. And he's going around. So he's up to a pretty good 2,000 points at this point. It's not so bad, but they're blinking, and it's going to change. And no. Listen to that sound.
Beep, 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 beep.
It sounds like a policeman.
So I have to get back up to that.
If you're listening at home, it's not the police. Yeah, get up to that one.
Doug, I'm kicking your butt, man.
You are. You're at 2,610 already. Wow, I got a lot of makeup to do here. He got a whole screen done. Woo! Wow, nicely done. 2,800 points.
So now I go again.
Continue. You go again. It's like a filibuster here. This is not going to work for me too well. All right, let's keep going. Down the bottom of the screen, he's getting all the outside dots, and it looks like Shadow is chasing you at this point. Oh, you just turned all of them color. Can you get them before they turn back? There's one for 280, another for 400. You're doing wow. Yeah, you've never played this game before.
No.
You're stuck in the corner. Let's go. Get to it.
Where am I?
There you go.
Oh, I see.
Speedy is getting you. You're going to get Speedy right there. All right, you're shot. All right.
Now 4,600 points.
I think we're shot here. All right, let's play along.
You can do it. Let's go.
Let's see.
Get the power pill. Doug is not listening to me.
It's called a power pill?
I don't know. It looks like a power pill. All right, Doug, so he's much better now. He's eaten the power pill, and he's going after the monster.
And I'm shot. No, I didn't get him. And I'm done. Wow. I was never good at these games. That's why I like movies instead.
So can we just say right here...
1,400. So you wait.
What was the final score?
Is that me?
It's you.
That's you. That's you.
It's me?
Yeah, get to it. You got one more. You got one more shot.
I don't have to do this.
On purpose. Give me a shot.
All right.
There we go. Okay, now.
No, I ate him. Oh. All right, there you go.
I interfered. All right. This is great radio. All right, one more time.
Last round.
One round for me, see if I can get this going here.
Come on.
I think I have this.
I just want to let you know, for those of you listening at home, there is sweat pouring down Doug's face. He knows he's under the gun.
Angelica can beat me at this game.
He's about
Disney Crossy Road.
He's being chased.
I'm done. Oh, all right. You know what? Video games are out. I'd rather play
can we give the listeners the final score, please?
5,250.
For me.
1,810.
For you. I think that's a blowout.
Yeah, it is.
It's a blowout.
All right, so I know there's a video quiz that you wanted, a video game quiz you wanted to present. So let me, you know the answers to these?
Yes, I do. So here we go.
All right, go ahead.
So I know you're a video game buff, even though you can't play them, apparently. So here's a quiz. This is a multiple choice. Which video game has been determined to be among the worst ever? All right, the worst. Here are the choices.
Pac-Man played by me. Oh, it's a multiple choice? All right, go ahead.
1, Racing Car Barbie. 2, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. 3, Sesame Street's Big Bird Jam. Or 4, Dude, Where's My Car?
Gotta be Dude, Where's My Car, the worst movie ever made and the worst video game.
You are correct, sir.
All right, good. So there's one.
All right. Next one is a true and false. A video game featured JFK and Richard Nixon teaming up to fight zombies. True or false?
I'm going to say true, and I love it. Where's the movies for that?
It is true. You're right.
You know what they did? They then took that idea, and did you ever see the movie with...
It's Call of Duty Black Ops 2010. That's where it appears.
Is that right?
Yep.
Because Abe Lincoln, they had Abe Lincoln in the movies, right? Defeating the zombies.
Oh, the vampires.
The vampires, right. All right.
Okay. True or false? A video game pitted Barney the dinosaur versus Godzilla.
I'm going to say that's false.
You're correct. It's false.
Well, that's a good one. I like to see.
You like that one?
I would like to see like a Pac-Man where Godzilla goes around and eats Barney as he's singing that horrible song.
Okay. Now, what is the best-selling video game franchise of all time?
Okay.
Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, Call of Duty, or Grand Theft Auto?
I think it's Grand Theft Auto.
I lost the answer.
It's definitely Grand Theft Auto. That's it.
I forgot what the answer is. You're probably right. You're right. Hey, very good.
4 for 4. So I can answer questions. I should go on a video game show or game show. Hey, let's do a show on game shows. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Are you ready for another challenge?
I'm ready.
All right,
let's do it.
There's a challenge out there for you. I know from our affiliate KVGC, Jim Guidi. Remember him?
Yes, I do.
And
you make frequent appearances on Jim's show
every Friday morning. I'm in Jackson, California, by voice visiting. So what I'll do is I'll invite him back since I'm absolutely horrible at video games, and it doesn't translate to the radio that well anyway.
This is Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
We are the Borg. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
The omnipresent Star Trek reference right there. It's sort of like that's like a Pokemon. We've done Pokemon before Pokemon Go came around, because in every show, or just about every show, at Everything Old is New Again, which is what you're listening to, with David Cohen and Douglas Viviani, myself, you see and hear a Star Trek reference.
Right.
So if you listen to the show, you get a Star Trek reference, and if you get it right, maybe we should make an app where you press a button and you acquire a Viviani or a Cohen or a Mike Amodio, the engineer. And
so in Everything Old is New Again, go.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Interesting.
No, it's not a good idea, but it's not a bad idea.
Well, let's take a look at it. Like, what's up? Where are we going with all this? Pokemon is almost an assimilation of people into a video game. You've got to get up and out and play it at a certain location.
You are the character.
So you're part of a collective. Right. Really, you are part of a collective now.
Yes.
So that's what the Borg is, and that was frightening to us on television. But as a game form, it's okay. Just something to think about. Just saying. Anything good about video games at all? Is there anything positive you could say? Like, is it stealing our youth? Is it just a waste of time?
Well,
is it pulling away from communication?
I know when my son was growing up, it was sort of a carrot at the end of a stick we used to get him to practice his saxophone. So if he wanted to play a video game for an hour, he had to practice his saxophone for an hour. If he wanted to play 2 hours of video games, 2 hours on the sax. And guess what? He played that sax for hours when he was younger, just to get to play the video games. And you could do that with any, homework, whatever, read, something like that. So it worked that way for us. And, look, I don't think there are that I shouldn't say there were that many of those games in it, but there were a lot of, we didn't touch on this, a lot of first-person shooting and killing games that my son wanted to play, and we just wouldn't allow it in the house. He could play any other game he wanted, but that one, or that genre. So that was a bad part of it. So yeah, there's some good things.
So
they use
now
it for I think they even use it for the military.
Yes, but remember, that's what you just said is brilliant or genius, or I wouldn't know.
We just read it in a book somewhere.
But it's a great idea, and we do the same with Angelica, who's 7, and Leo is 4, because you can get swamped in these things. And the problem is, that's using the video game for good. I understand. I'm talking about, now let's turn the tables. What about the video game itself? Is there any good that ever comes out of a video game?
I think the Pokemon Go thing is good because it's actually it's the antithesis of what you do in a regular video game. This one, you're getting off your butt and you're going outside and you're meeting people and you're doing something.
I just think it needs, or the next game like this just needs a little more of a social element to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to this location and talk to so-and-so how you see in the game already, and you see them as a figurine. Now go and meet that person and talk to them and get some information from them or something like that. It promotes the interaction. With
strangers?
Yeah, or friends in your community. Like, how many of your Facebook friends have you met? But they're your friends or something, right? So maybe you meet somebody in your Facebook friends page or something like that, just to promote a little more humanity is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put it down, but just add that little more element to it, and it would be, it would, be something good.
I agree.
Now I asked my 7-year-old Angelica, who plays these games, I said, what's up with this? Are there any lessons that you have learned from any of these games? Do you learn anything from video games?
Well, I sometimes learn in Disney Crossy Road that you better be careful when you cross the road. And in Dragonland, it's like to believe in yourself and keep doing it, even if you get it wrong. And in Pac-Man, it's the same kind. It's a kind of similar. The lesson in Pac-Man is kind of this, like, even if you get hit or die, it's okay. You just have to play again.
So never give up and never surrender.
Yeah.
I threw a Galaxy Quest reference in there. That's my, that's in the back of her mind now. At some point, never give up, never surrender. Building her lexicon, and she doesn't even know that I'm referencing this awkward movie. But there she is, and I guess, listen, I didn't coach any of that. I don't know where it came from. I just asked the question, honestly. So maybe there are some lessons for a 7-year-old in Crossy Road, which we talked about last section, which was the Frogger type of game.
Right.
That's back now. Everything old is new again. So there's something sometimes there. Disney has done some things with the apps. Again, we can always just harp on television and radio and apps and videos and how terrible it is for everybody. But if you could use it in a certain way, it can do good. Just ask 4-year-old Leo. He'll tell you.
You get to brush your teeth, and if you're done, you just look at the stickers.
The stickers of the superheroes?
Yeah.
Why are you touching the microphone?
Because I want to. It feels like a stuffed animal.
Okay.
That's great.
I get you picture, just so you know, the windscreens, these little on microphones. You've got these little
like puffy
cushy
black things over the microphone. Yeah, I could see they look like a stuffed animal.
So I got one we travel with. I can travel with. It's a portable. It's sticking in front of his face, and he's touching it.
So what is this thing with the brushing the teeth app?
That's pretty cool. So what it is a screen. You pick a character, a Marvel. It's Disney, so you pick a Marvel character or a princess, whatever, and that's you. And then what you do is you press a button, and the screen is filled with like toothpaste. That makes sense, kind of thing. You can't see what's underneath it.
Right.
So you brush your teeth. You turn it on. You brush your teeth. As you're brushing your teeth, time-wise, you're eliminating the covering the toothpaste,
that's
and
really
it's revealing a picture when they finish.
When do the kids catch on that they don't have to actually brush their teeth for the stuff to go away on the screen?
Never.
Because when you're young, you're really stupid.
Right, exactly. Well, technologically advanced, they would say. And so they play it, and they love it, and the pictures change, and there's the Hulk appearing or whatever. You try to guess who's it going to be, who's appearing today, and so they're brushing their teeth. So, yeah, we can use these things in a positive way. There's tons. Leo plays. He's learned shapes and with puzzles and things. There's letters you fill in and you draw with the letters. There's Elmo calling you on a phone, teaching you how to use a telephone.
It had to happen, right? I mean, this had to be a big sea change in the way that video, because kids they're swiping screens because they don't know any other way. They go up to the screen and they just swipe. So, right, why not make them educational? Because parents aren't stupid. They're not going to let the kids play mindless games. So,
and even the quote educational games, they're fun. I mean, they have a lot going for them, especially for a kid that's younger. Yeah, Crossy Road, which is like the Frogger, is nothing to it, but there are educational games that are fun now, and just like brushing the teeth is fun. Prematurely, a little bit. We're not going anywhere yet, but I want to make sure we'll say goodbye to Leo and Angelica now, just to let them say goodbye.
Also, when I grow up, I want to be a movie maker. I want to be a dancer.
Okay.
Bye, everything old is new again, people. Bye, everything's gonna be old, new again.
Leo's always good for a laugh, that kid. He's some piece of work. He's going to be a dancer. You never know.
Excellent.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's good to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. How old is he? 4?
He's 4. He's already got it laid out.
Good for him.
And she's going to be a movie maker. Where did she get that idea from?
Wow.
Yeah, that's something. She
cool.
Draws a lot of
I like that.
pictures of what the storyboards, and she's writing a lot of scripts and things. So
wow.
You've been listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's pop culture entertainment talk show. Find us on the web at everythingoldisnewagain.biz. That's .biz.
See you next week. Same bat time, same bat station.